Bizrat Hashem, Chavre. Bizrat Hashem. B'Shem Kol Yisrael. We're here. It's Thursday night. It's almost Shabbos. Almost Shabbos. 1 day until Shabbos. 18 until Chanukah. We're moving right along. A tefillah B'Shem Kol Yisrael for the people who need a refuah, physically, spiritually, mentally. Specifically, Pesach Reuven ben Yosef Asara, Bracha Bas Yehudis, Miriam Dodi Bas Chanukah, and Jonas Bas Pasya. May they all have a refuah, and for every neshama in the world, from one end of the world to the other. You've also let us know that a person who is arrogant is like an idol. Since an idolatrous object must be burned, Torah laws views as if it has already been ground down to nothing. This tefillah is mamash intense. We're going through it. Mamash intense. But let your glory be enhanced, skipping a little, magnified and revealed through me, and let me sanctify my mouth and speak words that radiate until the earth shines with his glory. Help me study much Torah every day and say the words out loud, for they are life to those who find them, to those who say them out loud. Bezrat Hashem, the Torah should illuminate every single Jew in this world. It should be like fiery coals, mamash, like when it touches us, when we open up the Sefer, it should just warm up our hearts, warm up our insides, and it should be amazing. Now, halacha l'shem shemayim, b'shem kol Yisrael, Shoshi, welcome. There are two accepted customs regarding Motzei Shabbos Chanukah. Some light Neiros Chanukah before Havdalah, while others recite Havdalah and then light Neiros Chanukah. Rav Shlomo Zalman would rule that even someone who normally waits 72 minutes after sunset to do Motzei Shabbos, Malacha Motzei Shabbos, should light Neiros Chanukah earlier on Motzei Shabbos Chanukah. He reasons that waiting for nightfall of Rabbeinu Tam is only a stringency and wasn't accepted in this case. Rav Shlomo Zalman himself largely waited 72 minutes and yet would light on Motzei Shabbos Chanukah only 35 to 40 minutes after sunset. Very interesting halacha. Right? Shoshi's spreading it to the whole stern. Amazing. Now, we're continuing Shining Souls. Last time we spoke about the Lamed of Tzadikim, how we need to find the inner tzaddik within ourselves. But today we're going to discuss the beginning, the start, the first formation. Rosh Hashanah is the day that God created man. In the sixth day of creation, on the sixth day of creation. When did God create the world? On the 25th of Elul. So you see what it is? Chanukah begins on the 25th day of the third month. This is really cool stuff. Which is exactly 3 months after God created the world. While a baby is in the womb, when does the real solid forming of the baby begin to take place? In the third month. On the highest level, when God created the world, his light was not yet showing, so to speak, till 3 months later. Chanukah is the beginning of a real formation. It's mamish like, it's amazing because Elul, you have Rosh Hashanah, you have Yom Kippur. And we're mamish just trying to be babies again. We're trying to be as innocent as possible. Telling Hashem, in the words of the Berditchever, I've a whole a jail filled with all these sins, right? And let's make a trade. Let's make a trade, Hashem. You have a box full of treasures, right? And let's make a trade. You give me the box of treasures, and I give you the box of sins, the jail cells of sins. Mamish, wipe it away. And we're filled with the heavenly light. We're filled with the mitzvos. Amazing. So we reach that point, but the forming of it all is Chanukah, right? People say, like 10 days. Shmini Aseres, right, is our time to really have that discipline, to have that consistency, and to prepare. But what about 2 weeks later? What about 2 weeks later after Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur? What's the deal there? Right, so Chanukah is allowing us to tap back in to the beginning of the formation, to say I'm innocent, I'm a baby, I made that trade with Hashem, and I want to take so much upon myself. I want to accomplish so many things this year. Chanukah allows us to dream again, to dream like Yaakov Avinu, and to not only dream, but to bring it into fruition, to bring it in this world, to bring it into action. So just like Hashem really starts showing himself 3 months into the creation, so too ourselves, when it comes time for Chanukah, mamish, we are there. We are created, we are off and running, and we're aspiring for big things. So Bezrat Hashem, we should return back to that place of dreaming on Chanukah. If we've lost it, don't ever stop dreaming. But on top of that, Chanukah gives us the ability to always be new, and to always have that ratzon for more, and to do more, and to act, and to bring into action. So questions, comments, please feel free.
Jack, that was so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I was actually thinking about this idea this morning, or something very similar, just that a little bit different. So I was thinking about Yom Kippur this morning, and how we all have those like nedarim that we say to Hashem. We take things upon ourselves, but how consistent are we, months or weeks later? So very similar idea. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing.
Of course. I mean, Chanukah is mamash the best. Chanukah is the best. It really just shows us that we're all beautiful, that we were never dirty all this time, and it was just our eyesight, right? Or we didn't have that 20/20 vision. But Chanukah gives us back those pairs of glasses to see so clearly in ourselves, but also within every single Jew. And we're just working to someone
100%.
So Bezrat Hashem, Chavra, Liora, have the best Shabbos in the world. And
thank you.
should have a restful Shabbos, but also being awake. Well, also
Amen.
all right, Chavra, be well.